Hello my loves, I'm Ellie Frost. Thank you so much for being on my channel where we are talking about the multi-dimensional approach to rapidly and radically healing and transforming during and after narcissistic abuse. And I've made this video today about communicating and dealing with your children and other people who are under the spell of the narcissist. And the reason I wanted to make it was because I had a comment on the channel, so please write in if you want me to talk about particular things. And it says, do you think you could do a video on freeing kids held hostage by a narcissist after separation and helping them to heal, right? The way these dynamics work can be so terribly painful to the victim and very isolating, right? Because the narcissist kind of creates an illusion. It is like a spell. And a lot of people close to you might be under the influence of it, right? Which means that you may have been targeted, abused, victimized, and also not supported by the people around you who cannot see through the projection and illusion of the narcissist, which is devastating, yeah? And when it comes to your children and people close to you, right, the narcissist is such a destructive energy. They really do aim to destroy things in your life. That's just their one goal. You know, it makes no sense to us, right? Because often the narcissist in the end will lose as well, but they don't want harmony. They don't want good relationships. They don't think like long-term consequences. They think the destruction and power they can gain in the short term. So here's how I deal with these situations with my clients, right? I teach people all the time, yeah, that if you try and sort of wake someone up out of the spell, they may just get defensive towards you, right? Because they don't see it that way. They have not seen the truth, right, of the narcissist. So when you try and get them to see the truth, try and wake them up when they're not awake, you know, all that kind of stuff, they may just get confrontational with you, which is the last thing you want with children, people you love, and people you want to have a good relationship with. So here's what I recommend you do instead, right? Two things. One is focus on your relationship with your children. That's the only thing you can control. The actual relationship you have with your children could be obviously like friends or family members, but your relationship with them outside of anything to do with the narcissist. Don't try and recruit them on your side. Don't try and get them to see your point of view. None of that, because the narcissist will be manipulating their image of you behind the scenes. But the one thing that will survive all of it is their experience with you. So make that true, authentic, and loving. Secondly, do not deny your reality. I'm not asking you to lie, and I don't believe that any of us should, but use I language to communicate, right? So part of what's so isolating in abuse cycles is that we don't have the tools, and we get very triggered, very traumatized, yeah, often, and then we don't communicate in ways that people can hear us, right? One, because they don't understand, and two, because we're so triggered and traumatized, which is exactly where the narcissist wants you, that we don't communicate powerfully. So if you use I language to communicate to your children, you can say things like, I don't like the way your father has treated me. I don't like the way they're speaking to me. I feel very sad about the fact they're not supporting me. I feel very disappointed and hurt, right, by their betrayal. You can use I language to express your emotions so people can hear you, because guess what, right? When you talk like that, there's no conflict to be had. It's your truth. No one can deny it, right? You're not trying to convince someone to see something they can't see. What you're doing is expressing yourself. If we would learn this, I do think it would help us open people's eyes up to our abusers a lot more, because most of the abuse cycle happens in the confusion, right? And us not being, well, one, being so traumatized and triggered that we can't communicate effectively, and two, not having the right communication tools to be able just to say, I'm really hurt, I feel devastated, I feel betrayed, I feel taken advantage of, I feel I'm being treated unfairly by this person. You can say that, right? You're not asking anyone to agree with you, you're expressing yourself. If you keep it there, then it's you're not denying your reality. I do not recommend you deny your reality, right? The narcissist will do that to you all the time. Stand by your reality, but you're not asking anyone else to agree with it. You're just telling the truth, yeah? And your main focus with other people, like in your community, in your family, your children, is your relationship with them that you can control. You can't control, I know a lot of people get so upset, and I understand. You can't control how the narcissist manipulates them. You can't control, what the narcissist says, but you can control your experience with them. And if you make it all about trying to get them to see the narcissist for who they are, that can cause defensiveness and conflict. So what we want to do is have a high quality experience, the highest quality experience you can with them, so they can experience you as you are, not deny your truth, state your reality, right? And manifest really the kind of outcome you want. So you do have, the narcissist will make you believe you're powerless and that they have complete control over it. But a lot of where they get their power from is often with children, treating them like pawns, right? When they don't get a kind of energy hit because you're not triggered by what they're doing, they often really don't care that much about their kids. It's quite fascinating and terrible. So it's what they're getting out of a situation that kind of fuels them, right? The ego boost, the power hit, the siphoning of energy. When you don't let it trigger you and you still stay objective and confident about doing your best in the situation you're in and being able to manifest a better one, the universe can work around you. If you want to learn more about that, please join Sovereign. It's open now for you to join, right? When you change your energy, the circumstances of your life change around you, right? So where it feels like obstacles and blocks, it's because the trauma is the dominant energy in our system, and the world's responding to that. When we actually learn how to, which I teach you, cleanse the trauma, go through a spiritual evolution, also know how to back ourselves and be in our own integrity and truth, set boundaries, live by our values and standards, things can shift, right? Because we're in our personal power, and the whole cycle is about disempowering you. So check the comments for the link. I've got private coaching available as well. Lots of love, and I'll speak to you soon.